What is going on, everybody? Out here on Lake Chatuge today, the old home pond. Hard to beat this joint. We're out here, it's December the 10th. Probably the nicest day in December, one of the nicest days I've ever experienced. It's about plumb hot out here. Got my buddy Ben with me, Ben Smith. Ben is a guide at the Soque River Outfitters, so if you guys want to catch a big trout, he basses quite a bit too, but if you guys want to catch a big trout, his info will be down in the description below. But we're going to try to reel us in a couple bass today. Had a lot of rain the last couple days, so the plan, you can obviously live scope some fish deep down in the ditches, rock piles, points, things like that. We'll probably do some of that, but the plan, at least to start out with, is to fish a little bit shallower. Got a little breeze, you can see a little chop on the water, that's always good. We had a lot of rain, so this time of year, the banks of those creeks, a lot of crawfish, lizards, a lot of just stuff for bass and bait fish to eat on come out of those creeks and run off, things like that. So we got to find some of that, get back in some pockets. Maybe there'll be some big ones up there sunning and getting our bellies full. So got a long winter ahead, if you know what I mean. But we're gonna go check around some baits, see what happens. Take y'all with us. Let's get them, Benny.
Let's get it.
All right, so you can see our little surroundings over here. We got some rock this time of year. I'm a big fan of keying in on that shallow rock. Chucking a 5-foot deep diving Berkley Fritz side. We're just gonna find it around. So up here, see if it's pulled up. Got the wind starting to blow a little bit. Seeing some fish around, seeing some bait on scopes. Good sign. We should catch us. Shaking around old worm back in here already. But as you can see on here, check out the scope down there, Ben. So we got a lot of bait and a couple bass swimming around. I do like pitching this little worm around this time of year. Sometimes these fish are related to targets. Look at them right there coming up after it. You can see them down there. They just pin that worm to the bottom down there at the bottom of the screen. And you know, sometimes you can coax one into biting it. So, got some brush around. Stuff's looking pretty hot. Hang on, right here we go. Right here we got this little target rich environment going on here. See my bait out here. I see it falling. Right there's a fish just come up and met it right there, out there at 75 feet. I bet he ate it. He did eat it. That is awesome. I knew that sucker had to come up and get it at some point in time. Feels like a decent bass here. Oh yeah, not bad. On the old Neko. Even when they're around bait, they'll still eat that worm. Shoot, yeah, that's a nice spot. Get up in here. Boat flipping. That's what I'm talking about. Little pink worm. Water's a little bit off colored in here from all that rain. But that works pretty good. Solid keeper anyways. But there's a bunch of them in there. Chunky. Lake Chatuge spotted bass. Get a release on it. He's fixing to shoot out of here. That's what I'm talking about. Let's find us a couple more. So this is just a little morning dawn color worm. Sliding up, 3/32 weight. Got a little meat on the hook there. 8-pound test. It's just a good little bait to flick around at them. I put some scent on it sometimes. A few different worms. This one's actually a Yamamoto, but I like the Berkley hitworm, Magnum hitworm actually, that's another one. They make a little like plum color that's good if the water's a little bit clearer, but I like this a little bit more vibrant right now. Let's see if we can find a few more. Ben has broke out the big bait. Tempting to get one to eat the old glide. He's pretty good at the old glide. It's his passion. They eat it, they eat it. What's your,
Look.
Yep, get in there on them. They see his stuff right there following it. It's a matter of time, I think, before you get a bite on that sucker. Let's see that. Let's see that thing in the water. See that thing in the water. Yeah, it looks pretty dang juicy. That's a good looking glob. Let's see it. That's his pride and joy right there.
Oh, yeah.
Catch us one. Catch us one on it, baby.
Switch. Berkley power switch, 3/8 of an ounce. Chatuge, you catch a lot of bass on the minnow style bait, the Mickey rig style bait. This solves the problem. A lot of lakes around here. A lot of people, you know, I know there's Lake Martin, Lake Norman, a lot of places where guys are catching a lot of fish on one, and it's pretty effective. You can do a few different things with it too, but it's literally an internal jig head, so you ain't got to put on the new minnow every time. So it saves you some money. It's pretty inexpensive bait. Comes in like a 3-pack. Good hook, and you know, it definitely works. But I love pitching this thing around. So pitching it at a couple here, cruising around, chasing some bait. A lot of these back in this area, I don't think are bass. Those right there definitely look like it. Back here on Chatuge right now in an area called Berkley, it's pretty popular. See, I got one acting right there. They turn the other cheek. Playing that minnow game.
Not the manner.
If you know the struggle of the minnow. Seems to be a hot technique these days. I've got a chaser.
I've got a chaser. I've got a chaser. Come on, 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 come on. Sometimes when they're doing that, so I'll drop that bait down to the bottom like that and see how that fish turns. So all I'm doing right there is literally getting his mind off the boat. I'll get his mind off the boat for a bit. You can do that as deep as you want, but especially on spotted bass, it's one of my tip of the day. Drop that sucker down to the bottom, get his mind off the boat, because if you keep working it, it's really hard to get one to eat him whenever he's just following it parallel. That goes with anything. Largemouth do it more so than smallmouth and spots, but that works on all bass, but especially on spotted bass lakes. Drop that minnow to the bottom and kind of work it like you would any other just old worm, just dragging it, or shake it down there like you would a shaky head or a Neko rig or a drop shot, and you'll feel he'll eat it off the bottom. So sometimes it just takes showing them a little bit of something different. A lot of times, and that's with any bait, playing cat and mouse. So even with the Demiki rig, I can't tell you how many bass I've caught dropping that thing down to the bottom and just sitting there, because you get their mind off the boat. And especially if there's a couple of them, they think, especially if one's like short struck it already or something, a lot of the times I'll drop that thing, click the bell instantly, you let them chase it down to the bottom, sit there and they'll think they've killed it. They're chasing it down there. It's trying to get away. Anytime they can pin something against the bottom or the very surface, they got the home field advantage. There's no getting away in their mind. And that's whenever you get some bites. Got a bait change here. They don't make this anymore, but that's an old school Berkley surge shad. Just saw some shad on the bank right there. So a lot of the times I dig a wakebait this time of year. Water's in the 50s. They will bite it. Believe me when I say they will bite it. That's what we're looking at down there. You got some rock and you got something sitting there in it. Sometimes I put that wakebait, toss it out there over them. See if I can't get a vibe. Look at that one coming up after it. Yep. Right under it, dude. Right under it. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh, here comes a big one. Oh my gosh. A big one too, dude. That was so awesome. On a surge shad. Oh, dude. That was insane. That was insane. Might have finally figured them out. You can see them jokers up under there. I'm trying not to get a hook in my hand right now. I was begging for it.
Got it all the way.
I mean, all the hooks. Every dang one of them. We got to do that again, dude. That was so cool. That's the juice. So, not a bad day of fishing so far. Caught us a couple. I'm happy with it.
Need a lip.
Need a lip. Need a big largemouth. Those are hard to find. But that's the goal. It feels good. The water temp is like 53. So, it's warmed up a few degrees today, especially when that sun was out. The clouds are kind of back out now, but we're chipping away. That is one worthy of the wake. Reel that sucker right over him. That your bait or a fish after it?
I think that's a fish.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was sick.
That was awesome. It's a pretty big one. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. I told you that was worth casting at. Do not get a hook in your hand. Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh.
It wasn't a fluke,
It was not a fluke. They do bite it.
Come on, bud.
Dude, that was so sweet. Tell us about it, man. Tell us what's going on. Run us down.
Set up your shallow up on these rocks.
That's a pretty
Wanting to feed. I mean, he's cold. I mean, that water,
Yeah.
what, 2 days ago was in the low 20s.
Yeah.
And,
Low 20 air temp.
wanting
Water
to
was
feed
high
up,
for
baby.
They were wanting to.
You're like,
Surge
where's
shad.
that meal at?
Old school. Waking that thing around. They'll still bite it. That is a juicy looking bait right there.
Anybody that tells you won't eat a plug in the wintertime, they're full of it.
Full of it, he said.
Full of it.
He's up there greenhead hunting now.
You definitely got us a couple of them right here.
Ben just threw out there with his wake bait. They chased it but didn't eat it. Usually means you might sometimes follow them back up with a worm and get one and bite it. It's a prime little rocky bank down through here where they're sitting off the edge of it. You can see you got straight clay, pea gravel mix all the way down through here, and then it transitions to hard bouldery rock right there. Most of the time, especially on a steeper landscape like this, what's up there is going to be down here. As you can see, there's some little bitty rocks that come out, and the bass are sitting kind of like right on it right there, traveling down the bank. They were posted up right on that rock at first, but it's a good little spot to ambush one, especially if you're going to throw like a crankbait or something. Target the irregularity right there. Gosh, I had one go down on it. It should bite it. Don't worry, I had to leave that sucker down there a while. We got it finally.
Jeez.
We got a runner, boys. I think I got a good fish here.
Give him the beans.
Dude, I'm trying. He's whooping my tail.
Largemouth?
No. Just mean spots. I mean a mean one. Peeling drag. Peeling drag. Oh, son.
Is it a big one?
It's a big one. Gosh. It's a dang magnum, actually. Son of a gun. Come on over here. Nice landing. There we go.
There we go.
That's what I'm talking about. Worm eater. I would not mind weighing in 5 of those. The big ones always have those black spots on their belly. If you catch a little one with them black spots, it's a sign he's going to be a big one one day. For some reason, I've noticed that. He's chunky. Almost a 4-pounder, probably. Huh.
What do we have here?
Why don't we wake us one up? There goes his bait across the surface.
Call one There you go.
Oh, look at them.
There you go. Why don't you catch those?
Why don't you catch those?
Get them. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to. Yeah. Reel it fast. Get their attention. Yep. Are you hooked up, Benny?
Oh, I'm hooked up.
Good one. Are you hooked up, Benny?
Oh, yeah.
This is insane.
This is insane. Don't freak out right now. I've got way too much danger in my hands.
Yeah,
Look
you
at
do.
there. Not a giant.
What are you talking about? That's a rat, bro. The bass are biting too good. Your boy takes a break to eat him a biscuit.
I do. This one's all.
Hot Spot biscuit. For anybody that's ever been to this area, hit up Hot Spot in Hayesville. Best biscuit around. Solid price. You can get anything you need.
Cold, hot.
Cold, hot biscuit, pizza. They got biscuit and gravy in there. I would not recommend that. Bad experience. Benny is dialed. He is dialed on the minnow.
Minnow.
A minnow on the
A
minnow.
minnow on a minnow. Shocker. He got it.
Son. Dang. That is what we like right there. Old jig and pig ball. That is it's actually a Berkley finesse jig. PB&J and a 4-pound spotted bass. Let's go. Yes. All right, as you can tell, it's pouring. Not just raining, it's pouring. And neither Benny nor myself have rain suits.
Nope.
So
Slacking.
that leaves us kind of trapped unless we want to tough it out. But I'm going to go ahead and close this video out. It's been a good one today. It's been a good one today. We've caught some bass. We've done a little bit of everything. Caught them on some topwater, some wakebaits. Of course, caught some on a minnow, some on a worm. Ended up catching a big one on a jig. It was just kind of a good day as far as like just doing a hodgepodge of everything. These warm winter days kind of allow you to do that, and they were active today. We put a good little bag together. Hopefully you guys learned something. If you did, like and subscribe. That'd be good. Stay tuned. Kind of new at this. I'm doing everything off my iPhone, so I'm sure it's not top tier, but we're going to get there one day. And just kind of out here keeping our game sharp for some tournaments coming up. Got a big year ahead. So if you guys would like a guide trip, I'm open. Got most of the month of January available, so holler at me. I'll put the link to that down below. You could get on my website. Hit Ben up for a trout trip. He can catch some monsters. I'm going to have to book one with him too, because the biggest trout I've ever caught is like 15 inches. So thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys at the next video.